Good morning on Moderator Monday. I am here to share with you all what we're using this year in our school. We actually started a couple weeks ago. We school year round. We took off the month of April, so we're back at it. I'm going to start with my first child. He is 6 and he is in the first grade. This is the book he was most excited about, my story. Along with this, well, I love to bring in other masterbooks resources when I am using a course, whenever I possibly can. So he'll be using this atlas, doing this correctly, with my story 1 and 2 over the next couple years. This is my favorite. I actually did my last live on that book. For language, he is using Basic Language Skills. Comes with 3 very fun books that the kids get to learn from and read. We started this in kindergarten, the last part of kindergarten, after Foundations Phonics. So he's a little over halfway through this one. And so he's almost to the Grand Canyon Adventure. This is our favorite place, so he's very excited. We're both very excited to do this book together. Oh, and I just can't resist showing you. See if I can find one. We love flaps. Love flaps and maps. And this book has got them all over, as those of you know who have this book. So, extra excitement. So he will finish Basic Language Skills before the year is up. So I will move him on to Language Lessons 2. LLFLE. I can type that faster than I can say it. So that's done for language with him. He loves his piggy math very much. We are about 1 week away. The excitement is mounting for my own little piggy graduate. And on to this one, his doggy math, which has been on the shelf for some time, and I catch him in there, taking it off and peeking. For science, we're enjoying this very much. Couple days a week, his sister does this with him, his older sister, and they have so much fun. She thinks of things, little extra activities that I would never have thought of. Back to adding in some masterbooks resources. When he gets to hands and feet, we will be using, you may have guessed, this book, which is very colorful, lots of fun activities for little fingers. And one more thing, this is a shout out to searching the files for wonderful resources. In the back of God's Design Life Beginners is, of course, the answer key, and in with all the answers are also the activities for each lesson. You can go to the files and find just the activities for each lesson. So this is just wonderful. A wonderful person put that in there. I like to have it handy to refer to. Okay, stack 1 is done. Now on to my second child here. He is in 6th grade, 11 years old. He's actually finishing the discontinued zoology course, and I've heard that the new one is even better. So, yay for all of you who get to use that one. So, I bought him God's Design Physical World. I thought that's what he picked. And then it's time to take it off the shelf and look at it, and he says, oh, no, this is the wrong one. So he's going to do that next year, and this is the one I have to get for him right here. He's very excited about all of these experiments. He thinks he can blow up a bunch of stuff, so we'll see how that goes. For history, he wanted to do the American Revolution, so he picked this course. Figuring this out here. It's wonderful. He also began this last year, so this will finish before the end of this year. So I got this, the Biographies of the Revolution. I'm trying to figure this out. which also looks wonderful. Adding in resources again, you'll see in here, Caesar Rodney. Well, I was looking through this book. It's actually part of a high school elective, and lo and behold, it coordinates wonderfully with the Revolution series. Here we go. There's Caesar Rodney, and several more pages in depth. We'll go a little more in depth with him into some of those characters. And another resource, I'm sorry, I just get so excited about all this, is this book right here, this way, America's Lost Dream. Beautiful pictures, very engaging. So he's also going to read that one. We probably all will together because I don't want to miss out on that. So I have a child who hates to write. Always has, and hopefully always will not. So this last year he's been doing writing strands, and he's been doing pretty well on it. It's helped him to become maybe a more creative thinker. He also will be finishing this soon, but we're going to pause this next year, writing strands, and have him use Language Lessons 5 right here. He needs to build more confidence in language overall, and I think that will happen. Plus, I'm just so excited about the language lesson, so I want him to have a chance to use it. We're also using this. I think this is an invaluable resource to go along with writing strands. So, that is it for language. Now math. He is using level 6. And yes, there are 2 books when you get to level 6. It gets more challenging, and he's doing very well with math. Okay, last deck, last child. Now my oldest, she's 13 and she is in 8th grade now. It's hard to believe. Anyway, I bought her General Science 1 to do this year, and we got looking at applied engineering and started reading some posts about this. She never liked science until she met masterbooks and had a great year with General Science 2 last year. So we thought, well, let's pause and do applied engineering because it's a junior high course, which she's loving. You can see these great books go along with it. Today, she's reading about the bombardier beetle. So she is on this book. She will read about that in this book, and this is very exciting for me. This book right here, if you don't have it, I think everyone needs to have this book. Well, lo and behold, look who's in here. The bombardier beetles. And it goes more in depth for extra learning for her. So she'll read this, and I'm going to figure out how to coordinate this book with this course. Here we go. Because there's excellent extra learning there. And I can't pass that up. For history last year, she did World Story 1. Loved it, especially the parts where she can do drawing, her art. So this year, she is in book 2 set. Loving this. I'm going to have her go at a little bit quicker pace because she can, because she loves it that much. So I have World Story 3 for her. And if she takes us into 9th grade, that's fine. Now this is the girl who loves to write stories and books, writing strands. She's using intermediate 2. She's loving this, even thanks me for it. It has also helped her to be a more creative thinker and more confident in her writing. She uses the Writing Strands teaching companion along with this. In fact, I think I'm going to buy her own copy so she can mark it up and highlight and do sticky notes if she likes to, like I do. Now, finally, is her math. So we used to spend hours on her math. It was the dismal time of every day where we loved each other but we didn't like each other very much. That's what I say because it's just how it was. And masterbooks came to my attention through a math search, and it was Principles of Mathematics. Last year she did book 1 this year she's in book 2. She's doing so much better. Last year, I think overall she did, I can't remember now, but it was 93% for the whole year, where we were before probably at C's and D's for math and very discouraged. So that is that for what we're using. I will post for you pictures of all the courses by grade that we're using. I will also post the resources, some of the extra resources that we're using along with our courses, and maybe one about what we're reading in the morning together for our morning time. But anyway, thank you for listening. I appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great afternoon. Thank you.